Welcome to The Explainer. Let me ask you something. Are you really in the driver's seat of your own life? Or are you kind of just along for the ride? Today, we're going to break down a really powerful idea that puts you back in control. It's called radical ownership.
All right, let's dive right in with a super simple question. In life, are you a passenger or are you a driver? Think about it. Passengers, they have pretty low control and they've got a high tendency to blame other people. But drivers, they have high control and they make zero excuses. And believe me, this one choice, it's the foundation for literally everything.
So if you ever find yourself blaming your professor for a bad grade, or your crazy workload for all your stress, or just, bad luck for where you're at, well then you are napping in the passenger seat. You've literally handed over the wheel, and now you're just along for the ride.
Okay, so that brings us to our first section. We're going to really explore this core choice. What does it actually take to find the courage to stop napping, get out of that passenger seat, and grab the wheel? But taking the wheel, it's not easy. And it's definitely not free. There's a real cost to this kind of freedom, a price you have to be willing to pay to get true agency over your own life.
And this is where we get to the core principle, radical accountability. And listen, this isn't just about being responsible in a kind of, I'll do my chores way. No, this is a total, unwavering commitment to being the sole driver of your life, period.
So here's the deal. The central bargain, right? The cost is you have to accept total responsibility for everything in your world. I'm talking the good, the bad, and yeah, the ugly. But the reward, the ROI, it's ultimate freedom, the power to steer your life wherever you want to go.
And this is so important. Any attempt you make at personal growth, a new habit, a big goal, a New Year's resolution, whatever, if it isn't built on this foundation of ownership, it's just a house built on sand. And you know what happens to a house built on sand, right? The second a storm hits, the whole thing just collapses.
Okay, but just being the driver, that's not the whole story. I mean, you can't just drive around in circles, right? You need a destination. And this brings us to a much higher level of thinking, aligning your journey with a source that's bigger than just you. So this poses the next really critical question you have to ask yourself. Is your personal operating system, is it synced up with the higher purpose? Or are you just listening to your own ego all day? Are you actually searching for that deeper signal to guide you? The philosopher Emmanuel Levinas, he really nailed this. He basically said that our true self, it isn't found in just satisfying our own wants and needs. No, it's found in taking responsibility for something greater than ourselves. That's where your real identity is forged. And this right here, this captures that fundamental shift in perspective perfectly. You stop asking the ego's question, which is always, what do I want? And you start asking the purpose question, what is heaven asking of me? Or what does the world need from me? And the result of making this shift, it's incredible. It's sustainable motivation. Seriously, when your day-to-day tasks are connected to that higher cause, you tap into this well of energy that just never runs dry. It's like an unfailing spring. So the takeaway here is actually pretty simple, but it's really profound. Yeah, take the wheel, but don't just drive aimlessly. You have to use this higher purpose, this heavens, as your personal navigation system. Okay, so how do you actually build that navigation system? This is where we get super practical. We're going to forge the actual tool that will guide you. We're calling it your soul's compass. And look, creating this compass, it isn't some vague mystical thing. Not at all. It's a really clear 4-step process that turns that abstract idea of purpose into a concrete guide you can actually use. So let's walk through it right now. Step 1 is all about recording your emotions. You got to take an inventory of your inner world. Look for the signals, right? What brings you pure joy? What work makes you totally forget to eat? And on the flip side, what injustice in the world makes you burn with righteous indignation, just moves you to want to fix it? Whose face do you want to light up with a smile? This is how you find that fire hidden in your soul. Okay, step 2, objectivity. You don't just chase after every single emotion. You've got to filter them. Ask yourself, does this feeling align with bigger principles like love, truth, and harmony? This is where you make that crucial shift we talked about, away from what do I want and towards what is heaven asking of me? All right, step 3 is about the power of one sentence. You take everything you discovered and you distill it down into a single powerful mission statement. And here's the formula to guide you. I live to bring some kind of value to a specific group of people by utilizing my God-given strengths. So for example, a mission statement could sound something like this: bringing light to those in chaos through inquiry and recording. See how that works? Bringing light is the value, those in chaos are the people, and inquiry and recording are the strengths. It's super specific, it's active, and it's all about service. It gives you real direction.
And finally, step 4. This is where you connect your mission to your actual projects. For every single thing you decide to work on, you have to ask, how does this fulfill my mission? And a great way to do this is with the slicing the elephant technique. You take those huge, intimidating goals and you break them down into manageable, 3-month, bite-sized projects.
And that brings us to our final and honestly most critical section. Because how do we make sure all this work isn't just some feel-good, intellectual exercise? Well, it's time to connect these powerful words to actual, real-world action. And this is a direct challenge to all of us, myself included. We have to reject the fluffy words. Saying something like, I just want to be happy, that's a completely incomplete answer. It has no teeth. It has no direction. It has zero power to actually guide your life when things get tough. So let's be really clear about this. A mission that is not connected to your planner is just spiritual poetry. It might sound nice, but it's pretty much useless. You have to connect it to reality. Put it in your calendar. Or honestly, don't even bother at all.
And so we end with this really powerful French declaration, "Me voici." It means, here I am. It's a statement of presence, of total accountability, and of a readiness to serve. So, the only question left is for you. Are you ready to take the wheel, align your compass, and finally say, here I am?